I think it started a new one, or did it?
No, we're good.
Okay. So I was inspired by the book Half the Sky, which is about how women are empowered after being like raped, I guess. That's probably worded wrong, but it's all about how women have changed their lives around after being raped and the great things they've done for other women. And so it inspired me. It just wanted to make me act upon like that. So how have you been inspired by books or a book in general?
Well, one of the books I've personally been inspired by is the book we're reading in English right now, The Things I Carried by Tim O'Brien. For some reason, I guess just how the story went and with veterans, and I have a lot of military history in my family. I guess it just affected me a lot. And it's one of those things, you know, after you put down the book, after you allow the story to consume you, you just, you know, you want to do something. You don't know what,
Right.
but you just feel like you have to do something. You just feel like, I don't know, there's almost a calling to kind of quench that feeling you have.
How do you want to act upon that? Like, change what you feel like you have to act upon?
I feel like, I guess for different callings, different books, different situations, there'd be different ways to act on. One, you can do fundraising. Another, you can appreciate people. I think this one is more appreciation of the veterans. Because you can't really fundraise for them, give them money, but you can honor them, you can bring them into the spotlight, you know, give them thanks for what they did, sacrificing their lives for us. I think it's more of a appreciation.
I don't know what else to ask. I'm so bad at interviewing. Have other books like influenced how you think or your beliefs, like more than the things they carried, like other books?
Any other books? Oh, let's see. Well, what? Oh, yes, that's a good one. Yes. One of them, there's a few actually that I think of. One is Kite Runner. Kite Runner is really good. Kind of brings to life the life over in Afghanistan and what happens. And I believe Kite Runner is more of kind of a learning curve and a learning story about forgiving, stuff like that. I'd have to say a good book that I felt like I wanted to do something for that I read was The Last Lecture. And I have to say I did cry during that book. And it made you want to help. It made you appreciate your life more. So it's not like, I felt like not to give out to people and necessarily to value my life more. So it's to kind of reevaluate how I live and be more thankful for things. So it's, I guess, some books make you want to put out bad. Some books may want to not put out, but make you want to do something for the community.
Yeah.
Other books kind of help you reflect on yourself, and I feel that's what The Last Lecture did.
What's the book about?
I read this a while ago. The Last Lecture is it's about this guy who had terminal cancer, some type of, it was cancer, I forget what kind. Yeah, it was AL, no, it wasn't ALS. It was some a terminal cancer. Yeah, he was gonna die, and he was a professor. Yeah, and even if you're not going to die, a professor, when they give their last lecture, they usually, it's the last lecture of their retirement or whatever. And this guy did his last lecture, and he talked about it, and talked about, you know, life, treasuring what you have, and how you know you're going to die. What can you do in that time? And he kind of reflects in the book. Well, first of all, the book is what he said in his speech, and a little bit more. And it's a kind of a small book, and it's him reflecting on his life, what he did, his accomplishments, his family, what he wished he had done, to try to help other people value themselves more.
I can't really think.
The last line, which is like, and just to let you know, this isn't for you, this is for my kids.
Yes. Yeah, that's what the point of the lecture was for his kids. He was saying what he wants his kids to get.
Yeah.
Yes.
He would talk about his childhood dreams, like even how silly they were, like getting the big stuffed animals at the carnivals and stuff.
Yep. And he brought all the stuffed animals in front and told people to come up and get them, take them. I remember that. He gave his most prized possessions away, being like, "This is for you guys." They're gonna make a movie out of that. I really think they can.
I don't want them to. It's like no one could.
Yeah. And
The only person I think who could do it good would be Will Smith, because of 7 Pounds and The Pursuit of Happiness. 7 Pounds. Oh my God. I wouldn't go there. Anyways,
I heard it was so good.
anything else?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other questions.
This is formal, so I can ask.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What have you asked me so far?
Just like how books have influenced how you think or your beliefs, and how, well, in this case, the things that Carrie inspired Teddy to act upon different things. So,
Well, at least something else that that I have, well, that our class is actually planning on doing, is like,
oh yeah.
what
talk
can,
about
yeah.
that more.
So, from the book, The Things They Carried, as I said, how it's just, I feel like, it's one of those emotional, gripping books that you just want to do something. Is last night, actually, I contacted the commander and quarter-marshal of the Veterans of Foreign Wars for our town, and setting up a meeting with them next week, and hopefully having some of our kids to come. And they have, when I talked to the guy, he was so pumped. And actually, Mrs. Pierce, this is for you, the commander, the head guy of the VFW, was in the Mekong Delta in Vietnam. He was there for like 3.5 years, was in battle. That's why he's actually one of the head commanders for Southern Maine's VFW. So they want to give, they're like, yes, that when I was on the phone with them.
Yeah.
So, and they have a lot of Vietnam vets. So, if we can do something with this, bring it into the community, we still
Yeah.
need to figure out what we want to do, but that's at least the starting point of what we're going to do with it.
That's awesome.
Also, just like I'm setting up a music mix.
Do that, yeah.
Oh my God,
Nice.
we're really doing this.
And it's really a good project.
Yeah.
I feel like we should show. Actually, I should. Whatever.
That's okay.
It's
Like 3
Yeah.
hours of footage on it.
Like, show her. I don't even know what her perspective would be, but once we have it, like we could show
Oh, yeah.
her eyes, because she lived there. She lived in Vietnam during the war
Oh wow.
with her dad and stuff. And I don't know, she just like has so many like relics and stuff in her office. It's really
Wait, who is this?
Stevie Westmoreland. She's what's his name? William Westmoreland.
Yeah.
Daughter. He's the head of the whatever.
The daughter of.
General.
Oh yeah.
It's like he's like the
Texting?
maybe.
Texting in school?
Interview.
That would be like a good question.
I know. I'm so bad at thinking of stuff.
Well, no, like, did you get, like, what is it about that book that,
Was it like a word?
what is it in particular?
Yeah.
Was there a part in the book? Was it the way it was written?
That's true. You're so good at thinking of these questions. Okay.
I've been
So-
doing it a lot longer than you have.
True. So what part of the book really inspired you? Or, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say if there was a part of the book. Well, actually, one particular part. Well, 2 particular parts that really inspired me. One was, I think it was the longest chapter. I forget the name of the chapter. It was like from 70 to 100 or somewhere around there. And it was talking about how to tell a war story and what is a war story. Is a war story necessarily the truth, or is a war story how you? They made a quote. To tell a true war story is to just keep it going. It's not to necessarily have the facts, but it's to keep the memory, the memory of the veterans, the people who died, the people who worked the hardest, suffered, honored, and keep them around. And I guess the whole book, it was written in such a way that it brought you in, it made you feel what they felt. And I guess that really got to me. I have to say that's the best way to
Yeah.
put it. I got caught in it.
I think it's kind of because Tim O'Brien, like,